What's up guys, how are you doing? And today we're going to be doing the gadget tier list for the finals. And first things first, we're going to be doing the all builds, which means this is available for all the classes, light, medium, and heavy. To start with, we got the flash grenade. Flash grenade has not been much useful for me and even sometimes for the opponents also. The enemies have been flashing me, but they are not being able to capitalize even on me being blind. I mean, it's basically a nuisance, and it stops you. It will stop you from doing your actions and trying to do something else because you know that you're flash and you can't see, and you need to like try to run in a location where like you're out of the enemy sight. But at the same time, I haven't been killed while flashed, and I haven't really killed anyone really that I flashed myself. So I feel that it's pretty much a D tier gadget, to be honest, and it doesn't really have all that kind of value that we probably think it actually has. Next on the list, we have the frag grenades. The frag grenades are actually pretty nice. I usually get a ton of kills with them, sending them, throwing like little Kobe's, that's what we call it, little Kobe's at the cash out stations and stuff like that while people are trying to steal it. And I usually get kills with it. You have two of them. So I think I'm going to put it at A. It's a grenade. It's in every single game. We don't really need much explaining. It does a ton of damage like how it does in almost every single game. And it's actually not that bad. The gas grenades, on the other hand, we can put them somewhere up there in the S tier, to be honest. The gas grenades are pretty good. I love using gas. I love using gas. The fact that you can throw it to the cash out station, throw it to the cash box while it's still being activated, and just stopping people from being able to interact with the cash box or the cash station is actually pretty good. Being able to do that damage. If you guys know that the pyro grenades don't really do as much damage as the gas. And not just that, the gas actually it plays with your vision of also obviously because it's a gas and it's green, so you won't be able to see as properly. So it actually is a bit of a hindrance while stopping you from seeing everything and still being able to get damage on a hold is actually real good. So we're gonna put it at S. Is actually a real S tier gadget. Next, we have the Goo Grenade. The Goo Grenade is actually pretty good. I have used it a lot to be able to block areas and just be a nuisance really to people who want to come through the doors and not want to break in through walls and stuff like that. You could also use it to patch little areas that are breaking also, and that actually comes in handy a lot. I think I'm gonna put it in B tier because of that. I think it's actually real good. It's actually real good. And the fact that it's on every single build, every single class, that's actually real good as well. But it's not that good to put it too high. But you can do a lot of good plays with it, especially with the flamethrower. But I guess you gotta be able to get that set up first. So it's B tier for me. Next, we have the Pyro Grenade. Pyro Grenade is a very good effective against gas. If you want to remove the gas. The thing is, after you remove the gas, you still have to think about the fire being there for an next duration, which is kind of annoying to be honest. But at the same time, it actually does a lot of damage, but less than the gas grenade, which is kind of like normal damage, as people would say, compared to the gas itself being able to do a ton more of effective roles in it, I would say. So I would think I'll put it at C, to be honest. I don't think I can put it any higher than that because it's sometimes it just stops you yourself from actually trying to get the cash box after getting rid of the gas, if you know what I mean. So now we're moving on to the light build. So we have the C4, and the C4 is it's pretty good. I think I can put it at A tier, to be honest. I think I can put it at A tier, but would not put it at S tier. One reason is that the C4 actually have an activation delay, and there's no way you're playing the finals and you haven't clicked your left click maybe 5 times before it actually explodes after you're throwing it. You're always gonna throw it in a situation whereby you want to click it right after, and you can never be able to click it right after. You have to click it how many times because there's like a arming time, and that is really really annoying. But obviously you'll be able to do a lot of plays, putting it on the gas throwables and stuff like that, being able to take down cash boxes that are at the top of the ceiling, break down the ceiling, make it fall down. Also put it on cash boxes and just waiting and just detonating it for unsuspecting noobs. But yeah, it's actually really good. But I think I wouldn't put it at S tier because of how long the delay on the activation is, and you can't really make a quick play with it, as you may say. Next, we have the glitch grenade. Glitch grenade is actually S tier. I don't think I even have to explain it for you. Glitch grenade disables everything. The only thing you'll be able to use is your guns. All the gadgets and stuff, they are basically disabled for a duration or even just cancelled out. It's actually pretty good. It reminds me of a character in a game called Caliber named Ryan. Just disables everything. And actually, glitch grenade is just so powerful. And you need to always have a glitch grenade in your back pocket. If as long as you're playing rank, you need to have that for sure to just cancel out everyone from using all this gas and all this stuff like that. It's actually real good. So up next we have the motion sensor for the light build. Motion sensor is all right. I would say it's good. It's good. It's being able to see through walls and stuff. It does come in handy, but you have a lot of setup to do with it, which sometimes is not really all that when you have to play solo. I would say. So when you're playing solo, it actually doesn't work as good as when you're playing in a squad. So with that, I would say I'll put it at probably C. I think I'll put it at C. It works, but it doesn't always work because utilities like that always need you to be able to have team to follow up on it and not just you being able to see everything. So I think I'm gonna put it at C. Next, we have the smoke grenade. Smoke grenades are pretty much a D tier thing, to be honest. I thought I'd be able to couple that with thermal vision, be able to see through the smoke and stuff, but the smoke is so thick. That's not a word. It's so thin that it makes no sense to even try to make a play with the thermal vision because they can almost see already through the smoke. There's a few times when you're through the rubble and you throw down a smoke grenade and you'll be able to steal a cash box, but chances are you won't be able. They'll just throw gas on you, throw fire on you, and it will just burn the area of the box. Because once you know where the box is, you just throw it on it, and its smoke kind of doesn't make a lot of sense. It's good for reviving teammates though, but chances are you would still be able to revive teammates even without the smoke. So next we have the stun grenade, ST obviously. Stun grenade is like so good, being able to stun the heavies while they're still in the cash box because you won't be able to probably finish them off while they are still in the cash out. It just makes sense to like just stun them. That's the only way to disrupt anybody from anything. You also can use the stun gun with the melees, being able to backstab and all these things. Although it seems like they have kind of like made the stun less effective because I noticed that a lot of enemies are turning around on me and shooting me now. And being a light, you're obviously gonna get plowed, and so it's not really the most effective, I think, when it comes to stunning players that are actually looking at you. But make sure you're from the back, hit it from the back as usual. That's always the best play, to hit it from the back. And yeah, S tier for sure. Next, we have the thermal vision. And obviously, the thermal vision is very good for D tier because it's almost useless. You can only basically see through tiny bit of smoke and probably see invisible enemies, but it's kind of almost useless, to be honest. I don't think it's you're better off putting all the stuff in your utility than actually trying to get thermal vision, because as a light you have a lot of movement, and chances are if someone is invisible and coming towards you, you'll probably know and see them, be able to dash or sprint or yourself turn invisible. So your kit actually has anti-thermal vision kind of inside of it already. Even though the people with thermal vision can see you, it's easy to actually like maneuver yourself around that. So I think I'm gonna put it at D. The vanishing bomb, great plays with it. There's a ton of plays you can do with the vanishing bomb. But it actually feels like they want you to use it with a team, and everybody's queuing solo right now. Everybody's queuing solo right now, so it's kind of hard to make use of it. It does grant you actually the 5 seconds of invisibility, so you can always use it with, let's say you're using the dash specialization instead. That would actually come in good with it. So you're using the vanishing bomb and you dash, 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 and you can use swords, or I think the dagger wouldn't be the best thing to use right now. The sword is actually high damage, although it's slower, but there's also a dash, the right click, and it actually does a lot of damage. But the vanishing bomb, I think I'll put it at B, because you always need a team to really like jump on the enemy, try to get everybody invisible and just get the back of the enemy in the back line or something like that, and just try to get them from the back, which is always the best play. Next, we have for the medium build the APS turret. APS turret is actually real good, especially if you use smoke and you put it there, and all these guys are trying to throw all the explosives and stuff, and it's just getting deleted. It's probably the best thing to put it like in the ceiling, so it's like nobody really sees it as much when they come in through the door, so they just throw all the stuff and they just get deleted. APS is always a OP thing because everybody likes to spam, especially in the finals. There's going to be a lot of spamming, so you need to have the APS system. We put that in S tier, obviously. The defibs, obviously, you're not going to play medium class without playing the defibs. I don't know why you would want to do that unless your team already is like known. You guys know each other and you guys playing as a party and you guys just enjoying yourself or whatnot. But you need to have defibs. There's no way you can play and enjoy being alive without the defibs, because one thing is going to happen: you guys are going to probably die, and then you want to end up maybe getting a fast res, and you would never be able to get that because you will have to take the long res and risk your life for whether it's 3 or 5 seconds. You have to stay trying to revive the person. It's pretty annoying, to be honest. But the defibs, certainly S tier. If you have it, you can save yourself a lot of downtime. And yeah, S tier. The explosive mines, I like it, but I don't like it as much as the explosive gas mines. It comes in handy. I think it's pretty good when you using it for different plays and stuff. You can chuck it on those gas canisters and all these goo grenades, goo canisters, and throw it at enemies and stuff, hoping that it would activate in time and just blow them up and stuff. So it's actually good. You put it on the cash out station, and they come close and they get one tap. Some of the lights get one tapped and stuff like that. It's not too bad, but I think that the gas mines are better. And with that, we'll jump into the gas mines right now by just saying that the explosive mines are B tier. So the gas mines are actually much more for utility, mainly because you can put it down, and when they activate it, just like the explosive mines, but just one thing. There's this thing whereby they could actually just shoot it and activate it, make it explode. But the thing is about the gas mine is that when they shoot it, gas will come out. So there's no way you're gonna be still in the cash out station without thinking about that gas that is right there in your face, killing you and stuff like that. So it's quite different. It's quite different. So I'm gonna put it at A tier because you can always deter the enemy from stealing the cash outs and all these kind of things. And just area denial on a whole. The glitch trap. The glitch trap, I think I'll put it at C tier. It's not all that. I think when it comes to the glitch trap itself, being in a stagnant position, it doesn't really do much. Most times you would probably put it by the cash out station. There's not really much places that you would end up putting it, really. In my head, I don't see where you'd want to put it. But it's actually easier to actually throw glitch grenades in certain situations rather than just putting it in somewhere where you actually might not even need it to be, or at the time it just get onset by people and stuff. It's easier to just throw it at the enemy, to be honest. It's easier to just throw it at the enemy. So the glitch trap, I think I'm gonna put the glitch trap at C. I don't think it's that useful, but maybe you might be able to make more use of it than me. Next we have the jump pad. Jump pad is obvious, the S tier. You need a jump pad to get to high places. I think I cannot play without a jump pad, to be honest. The next thing is that it takes a little while to shoot it, unlike the zip line, which we will get to soon. But you can get to places. You know what a jump pad does. I don't really have to explain. You just need that in your kit. In your medium kit, for sure, you must have this in your kit. I don't think you need the zip line as much unless you really want to beeline yourself to a specific place. Like, let's say if you're on the rooftops and you want to go through a specific window, it's actually easier to do that with a zip line. But at the same time, I think jump pads are gonna be superior and zip lines gotta wait. So jump pad S tier, zip line for sure is just below it. I'll put it at A tier because somebody can easily break your zip line while you're zipping and you just fall to your death. I think that that's going to be annoying for you. So obviously, I can't put zipline anywhere in S tier. I think it's going to be doing good at A tier. It's too easily to break. Though you can choose where you want to go mainly, I think that you're gonna have a hard time with the enemy being able to just shoot it twice and break it. You can actually melee it twice and break the zipline, and I think that's too easy. All right, so we're moving into the sonar grenade. Sonar grenade is a lot better, I would say, in my opinion. Being able to just throw it everywhere and stuff like that, and being able to see people through walls. It's kind of like the motion sensor, but slightly different. I think it has a 10-meter radius. I think more than it, or somewhere. I think it's a lot better. You can see people through the walls and now help your actual team. So if a good team come that actually works with you, you can actually have some great plays. Being able to see through walls is always a good thing. It's basically wall hack, and it's always welcomed. To be honest, wall hacks are always welcomed on the team. That's why people always do it illegally with cheats and stuff. So we're gonna put it at A tier. So we're gonna put the sonar grenade at A tier. Next we have the tracking dart. Pretty much underrated gadget. I used it a few times in the betas and I actually enjoyed it because why? There wasn't any matchmaking. But now there is matchmaking, everything is sweaty and it's kind of hard to really make use of this tracking dart. So the tracking dart is not as good anymore. Back in the betas, I probably would have put it at A, but right now, I think I'm gonna put it at B. So the tracking dart, I'll put it at B. For a well-coordinated team, you can basically hit scan and track players. It can probably be very good with the recon sensor, being like a supplement to it. Being able to track the lights and those that you might think would be turning invisible to destroy your team, you would just track them out. I'm not too sure if they even know that they're getting tracked. So there might not be a notification, but it's actually has a scope now, so you can hit your shots better. Before it didn't have a scope. On my other channel gameplay, you would realize that it doesn't even have a scope in the beta until now on release. Next, we have the heavy. So the barricade is actually not too bad to be able to block up certain places. One problem with the barricade for the heavy is actually um, you'd realize that they can still shoot you because you're so big behind the barricade. So it's not as useful for you as it is for maybe the light class hiding behind of it, but it still comes in handy being able to basically barricade yourself in certain areas and just pull out the light, the Lewis gun, and just set up shop and start shooting the enemy. But I mean, it's not the most useful gadget, but it does make some good plays at the time. So we're gonna put it in A tier. We'll put it in A tier. Next, we have the Dome Shield. Pretty good. A tier also. Um, I find it to be depleting its HP very fast, and I think it's because everybody just focus fire it. So sometimes it end up not being as useful. But it's actually useful when you're taking the cash out station, stealing the cash out station. It's actually very useful for that. Also, when you're reviving a teammate, it actually comes in clutch the majority of the time. And I think that A is actually a pretty good spot for it to actually lay its head. And it being useful is actually top notch, but not S tier for sure. Next we have the pyro mines. Pretty boring stuff though. Pretty boring stuff. Being able to put mines and it just making your life basically a living hell. Um, it's in between, to be honest. It's in between, but it doesn't do a lot of damage compared to the gas grenade, as I said before. And sometimes it just becomes a nuisance for even you trying to get back the cash out station. It just kind of becomes a nuisance, and sometimes I feel like there is not really much utility for it and any much use for it actually. And I will not buy it as a first choice for sure. So I think I'm gonna say no. I'll put you in D tier. Next, we have the RPG, which is the final gadget. And you guys know where that is going for sure. There is no way the RPG is not S tier. RPG can one shot lights. It's very good for breaking down walls, getting the gas station to the ground floor. It's just good for range, like a sniper. The rocket velocity is very fast, and I think you'll always have a good time using the RPG for sure as a secondary. So I usually put it as at my secondary slot. So it's like my primary weapon, which is the Lewis gun, would have to be in number one, and then it's in number two. It's a gadget, you could put it anywhere, but it just feels like a secondary, like you're playing COD, where you put the launchers in the secondary. And it's just amazing. I think the RPG is actually in the right spot, which is S tier, and you'll always find utility for it. Trust me, you always find use for the RPG. But that's the tier list, you guys. Tell me what you like about it, what you hate about it. Did I really make it accurate for you, or do you want to share your thoughts in the description below? Do that. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to drop a like, and I'll see you in the next one.